And away we go. We're back. We're back. Welcome to another episode of the Gettin Salty Experience. Pete is the only podcast that brings the Firehouse Kitchen Table to you. We can make that claim, bro. It's the only one. Often imitated, never duplicated.
You finally got that right. You always
I didn't because I'm not drinking right now. Because I stopped drinking. That's why. No more drinking poo. As always, I'm joined by my best buddy of 40 years, Lieutenant Ruffy Rafrano.
What's up, boys and girls?
Got my peeps to the poops to the Pete's Pete over there.
Shalom.
We're back for another episode of the Q&A, baby. Pete, brought to you by what? Give it to him.
Oh, come on, guys. You know the deal. We are brought to you by gettinsaltyapparel.com. Gettin Salty Apparel, well, you can find t-shirts like my favorite, the Saddle Up t-shirt right here. My favorite t-shirt. Hats like the one Ruffy's wearing, shot glasses, all kinds of wonderful things. So, guys, if you want to support us and support this channel, head on over to gettinsaltyapparel.com because that YouTube money ain't popping. All right. That's
Not
it.
yet, baby. All right. So just tell Louie we got quite a few guys turned in for the road show. We'll be thumbing through them this week. And probably by next week, we'll be announcing where we're headed. So how do you like them apples? Do you like apples? How do you like them?
I love apples. How do you like them apples?
I'll tell you guys all one thing real quick, though, for the audience who's watching. We recently did a remote show that was out of a firehouse that had nothing to do with the road show. Everyone was, well, some people were calling it the road show. That ain't no road show. No, not even remotely close to what we're doing.
That was just a remote train wreck that we're going to put to the past, and we're moving forward.
I mean, I didn't say it. I didn't say it.
In fact, we got a whole bunch of new stuff coming up here, right? I think next week we got the first Inventors Corner next Monday. Is that right?
That is correct.
Next Monday we got the first Inventors Corner. Will be a good show. A lot of good information. You guys can check out some new stuff. So I think we have a couple of them coming up, as a matter of fact. And we were talking about getting the wives on. We will be having the wives show very soon. And what else do we have?
A couple of things. First off, happy Labor Day to everybody. Two, the squad, I always got to fluff up the boys over there. They had a nice first due job right across the street.
That's right.
Third alarm in that bingo hall, which we probably drilled on a gazillion times.
Is that what it was? It was 69th Street. I didn't get the address, but that was it was in the bingo hall.
Well, it wasn't upstairs in the bingo hall. It was on the right next to I guess the Dunkin' Donuts. I think it was a convenience store and the what is that, like a Dollar Tree over there or something? So, but that I was showing Pete that has a bowstring.
Yes,
it has a bowstring type roof. It's a bowstring, but it's not a wood. That's 288 first due. Yeah,
here it is.
That's
so
you could see
this is the roof right back here, guys. I'm gonna zoom in on it.
But it was concrete and steel. It was done, probably I don't know how long ago, 100 years ago.
It used to be a movie theater back in the day. But if you remember that whole upstairs is all broken up and chopped up into different offices, right? It's all we always said we get a job up here. Let it burn. I ain't going
run to the hills. Yeah, so they had a job.
Nice job, brothers in the squad.
Yeah, third alarm. They did a good job. I think all the engines there did a nice job. They had a couple, three or four lines stretched pretty quick.
What the pipe?
Oh, so we got a picture. So I talked to Ralph long ago. Ralphie had the job. He was a lieutenant in the squad that day. We had Billy Long, who was one of the gentlemen we spoke about a couple of weeks ago. He's on the left. They calling him Billy Grabs Long.
Billy Grabs Long. Well, she got Blaze Chubby Major with his glasses
Blaze
on.
Chubby Major. He was the chauffeur.
Nice.
That's Patty Conway. He was the guy who jumped the guy with the knife a couple of weeks ago. That's Ralphie. I ate too much pasta long ago, and that's a new guy in the squad. I think his name.
Little guy right there. Who's that little guy?
Yeah, I'm not sure what his name is, to be honest with you. And then you got Ricky Garcia.
That's new guy.
His old man was on the job too, so the guys did a nice job. So I just want to give him a little shout out.
Look at that. Beautiful job.
That's it.
Squad.
Nice work, boys. Nice
Don,
work.
How did it come in? Came in phone calls? What would come in?
When I talked to Ralph earlier today, he called me this morning because he always likes to fluff himself up to me a little bit. It was actually a very light smoke condition in the dollar store when he got in there. He didn't give the job right away.
Oh, look at him. They
started to push up some of the suspended ceiling.
Yeah.
And he could see a little bit of smoke coming through some of the cracks in the, I guess they had tin ceilings there. So and then when they started moving back further into the building, he saw smoke coming out of the baseboard cracks, which is always my favorite thing.
Beautiful.
So that's when he gave the 1075.
Dumped it, went to a dirt alarm.
Actually, that's the home box, right? 751? 751.
Yeah.
1075.
Yeah, right. And listen, Mike Kelly, who hides behind another name. Yeah, I'm calling him short and little. That's right. Mike Kelly. At least I use my real name, Mike. I don't hide behind names, you know.
He's still doing that after all this time.
We shouted him out. We called him out.
Let him go. Let him go.
What's his real name? I hear his real name.
I don't even want to bring him up.
Anush.
That's it. We can't give him more props.
He's the guy you don't mention no more. Sorry.
All right.
Mike Hunt. That's who it is. Mikey Hunt. I'm shy.
He's shy.
You're shy, yeah. Sure you are.
That's
my God.
That's right.
All right. What do we got?
We got some questions and we're going to get some answers here. So here we go with question number 1 from the email. Hi, Pete, Kevin, and Lou. I just discovered your Gettin Salty YouTube channel a few weeks ago and love it. I make a point to be available to watch both shows live every week. I do it with a computer in hand, Google up and running so I can look up all the slang that starts flying the minute the show starts. My questions are for Kevin and Lou. A civilian here. I know that both of you have many years as firefighters and know you have seen a lot. How does this impact how you prepare your homes and your families for the possibility of a fire? Have a great day, Jennifer L.
Cool. You want me to go or you want to go?
Go ahead. You can go first. You just finished something. So
I just thought of something funny too. Well, anyway, I just dropped my daughter off at college, so I spent 9 hours in the car and just got here. But anyway, as soon as I got in there, I checked. I did a whole fire safety from top to bottom in her new rented house. So made sure the smoke alarms were working. I was checking the stove, no gas leak. But I just thought of something we were talking before. If you ask my little guys, my 9-year-old, my 8-year-old, my 9-year-old, I make them do. Well, blindfolded. I blindfold them and I make them find their way out from their bedroom. They have to go open the door and they climb. They crawl blindfolded to the front door and hold the front door open, and then they crawl to the safe spot outside. So I do a little squad drilling with them, bro. And then sometimes I'll blow a whistle in their ear to try to get them rattled as they do.
Distract them.
Distract them.
So that's pretty much, that's funny you say that, because when my wife, 20 years ago, when we had my first daughter, we lived on the first floor. We had, it was a 2-family house. So we lived on the first floor. And when we had the baby, she obviously was 2 rooms away, but pretty far, because the bedrooms were spaced out pretty far apart. So I used to tell her, I would blindfold her and make her crawl to the bedroom in the dark, like do it at night. Practice crawling at night, just to get used to, because I said you're not going to be able to see anything. And the bottom line is, if the baby don't make it, there's really no sense going on. I mean, at this point, you know what I mean? So you might as well make a push, you know what I mean? So when she comes on the show, I'm sure she'll add a little bit more to that. I'm probably leaving out a lot because I was a little sick in the head.
My wife will too, because I just remembered after I did that, she had him in the room blindfolded. Oh, because they're on the first floor, opening the window, kicking the screen out, and making their way out.
Yeah, I said, tell me how to kick. Yeah, I told her, once you get the baby, go right out that window. You have to, land on the garbage cans, whatever you have to do, get the hell out of the house, but don't go back.
How to push something over there if you can't get it off, how to kick it out.
Sure, I'm sure if you're a fireman, I'm sure at some point you
all blindfolded.
Somebody in your somebody in your family. I think
wait for somebody. I can't say it. What would you use? Dental floss to blindfold your kids because they're Asian? Is that what
God.
Come on. Boo, hiss.
I thought one of these assholes would come up.
Cold
That was actually
blood.
pretty. That would have been very funny, actually.
That would have been funny. I beat you to it, bitches.
You did, but you beat him to it.
Hey, no women, no kids. We don't make fun of the kids.
No ticky, no shake. Go ahead, kid.
All right. Question number 2 from the email. Hello, gentlemen. I am currently a volunteer firefighter in upstate New York and hoping to make it a career soon. My question is, why is it a requirement that you have to live in one of the boroughs or surrounding counties to apply to the FDNY? Thank you and stay safe, from JJ Morabito.
You went to that because when I worked in the squad, I lived about 8 blocks from the firehouse. So you can.
Yeah, so you can apply. You don't have to live there to apply, but you have to live there or the surrounding boroughs, or there's like, I don't know, 4 counties. I'm in the furthest county. I think it's Orange County is the furthest one that you can live when you're on the job. So you can apply outside of the job, without living here. But obviously, if you need to, if the job needed to recall you, or if you needed to get to work, you can't live in Connecticut or Massachusetts. So.
Right. We say it all the time. I had a friend who was I was in the academy with. I can't think of his name now. I forget his name. Shit. It's because I'm getting old. And he was from Boston, had a Boston accent. He moved down here just to get on the job here. So he moved down here, got a little shitty apartment. Neil Mullane. He got a shitty apartment here, got on the job here, and then he had taken the test for Boston. And then when he got called, he left.
Oh, that's the guy you talk about? He
only had about 5 years here, and he left, and now he's a battalion chief up on the Boston Fire Department. So we're going to actually go visit him soon, too.
Nice.
I was going to say that most of those guys, if they come to live in the city, you get extra points. If you live in the city, if you're military, if you're legacy, there's a bunch of stuff that you get extra points for if they want guys to be in the city. So that's it.
Go, Pete.
It's nice.
It's so nice.
Moving on to question 3 from the email. The podcast continually references cheaters, quote unquote. Obviously, these are a device that allow you to save your air supply. But what are they and how do they work? Not trying to use one myself. Yeah, right. Allegedly. But more curious in order to have a better understanding when they are referenced in these fire stories. Great podcast. Keep up the good work. Your loyal listener and watcher, Daniel Napke.
I just went looking for mine, digging in the back to show you, but I couldn't find it once we get that question. But all it is a mouthpiece, like a bite bar or a mouthpiece that you put that you can breathe. It's not a full front mask that won't fog up, won't steam up. But the problem is, as opposed to a mask, if you have your mask on and let's say you get knocked in the head and you get knocked over, mask will still be on. But if you have a cheater on and something happens, the cheater can pop out of your mouth and you're fucked. So that's basically it. I got a quick cheater story. So the first time I get one, Pete Brennan gives me one. Right? He says, try this out. I'm like, all right, I'll try it out. So if you're not really that good with a cheater, it takes a little bit of practice to get it down. So we get a shitty ass fire in the projects. That shitty brown smoke that comes. Oh, terrible. So I said, this is the one I'm going to try. This is the one I'm going to try my cheater on, bro. So I go down the hallway, right? And I pop it out. I had the one that actually was in your mask. You could pop it out of your mask and you could use it right away. So I couldn't get the hang of it. I'm choking up a storm. Swear to God, I'm taking it in. My eyes are all watery. Who comes by? Tim Kelly and the entire rescue force. He's like, "You right, son? You good? You okay?" I'm like, "Fuck."
Well, you can. That's a lot of guys just use the scuba mouth, right? So that's obviously a cheetah. But again, we're talking. Nobody really. I haven't seen those being used now at all. Those, you're talking years ago. But my first boss, he had the face piece, and they didn't have a net at all. You wouldn't even, you could have a net. Everything was done to what you wanted. But he had a bite bar in there. Just would put the face piece on and bite the bar to get the positive pressure so that he didn't have to, because it was all time, right? It was all about seeing better. If you had, some crappy smoke. If you had a really, really crappy job, it might not be the best thing to do is to have the cheater, because you're going to be taking a lot of smoke through your nose too. But it was just be able to do something for the OV to make a move fast. You get in the room, out of the room. It wasn't, or if you were overhauling or doing.
Yeah, a lot of guys would be overhauling, pulling ceilings, and they take a hit or whatever.
Correct.
Until the chief sees it swinging in the window as he's outside. Happened to
Allegedly.
Matty Corliss, allegedly.
Look,
I'm standing to shoot my brother, and there's Matt in the window with his cheetah swinging by. I'm like, dude, really? Really?
I mean, I guess I understand both points of view, but you guys, what would be the punishment if you got caught with a cheater and the chief saw it?
Well, how about this? How about if you passed away because you got hit on the head, and God forbid you were found to have a cheetah and you didn't have your full face piece on? You might not get a pension. Your wife not, you might not get any money. Who the heck knows? I have, guys talked about that. It's never happened, thank God. But again, it's not being really done. The new guys aren't, going that route. Everything is about safety, So you don't really see that stuff happening that much anymore.
Oh, Patty Lee's back. What happened? He went on vacation? Where did he go? Lake
Suck
George
the floorboards, he said. That's what he
go? Where'd he go? Well, he's back.
The only reason he came on is to thank the squad for saving a building finally in Maspeth.
Right. Maybe he shops there or something. It's right down the house.
He does go into Dunkin' Donuts. I used to see him at Dunkin' Donuts in the morning there sometimes before I went to work.
Nice.
Ray Sealy said he was lifted for cheetah use. It was lifted for cheetah use was the T great something. So maybe he got lifted for using a cheetah. Allegedly, Fat Daddy.
Allegedly.
All right, Petey.
Okay.
Shoot it.
Moving on. Question number 4 in the email. Hey guys, big fan of what you're doing. When you see members with the hood up, flaps down, and no face piece, when it's time to mask up, do they go mask over the hood or pull the hood down and then don the mask and hood back up? Thanks, from Michael.
I wouldn't put my hood up until I was ready to put my face piece on. It would be around my neck, so that way I could pull the neck quick and then put the hood over it. That's me. I don't know how other guys did it. What'd you do, Roofy?
I didn't really ever use the hood, to be honest with you.
There you go. That takes care of that.
But if I had it up, I would just put the face piece on and then just tweak it around. Yeah, just tweak it around it. I wasn't going through that whole procedure. It seemed like I see these guys, they got their helmet through their arm with the chin strap. But again, if that's what you learn and you could get it on and do it fast, I don't give a shit what you're doing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Right. If you didn't wear your hood back in the day, was that an offense too, or like it was just kind of a normal thing that most guys didn't wear their hood?
No, most guys wore the hood. Once you started getting the hoods, everybody wore their hood. It's just I didn't like feeling for smaller jobs.
Oh, look at Mike Kelly. What happened? He's all full of piss and vinegar today. Black hood's issued. Or was that was a sock thing? I'm sorry, you were never in sock, Mike. It's okay. You stick with your tan little hood. It was a secret. Once you learn the secret of handshake and sock, they would slip you the black hood. He never got the black hood.
And then write you an extra check.
Oh, that's when you got the 12% stamp on your check.
Oh my God!
Wow, somebody wound Mike Kelly up today. Look at him.
All right,
we might have to have him on the show. Oh, maybe we did already.
Oh, that's some of my face.
No, come on, really?
No, don't say it. Don't say his name. Don't say it. Next,
go.
I don't know this Mike Kelly. Next in the chat. Hey fellas, great show. Love watching the show live when the sun, moon, and the stars line up, and if not, the episodes on YouTube, and then listening again on the podcast. Got a question for you guys. All right, what is the deal with high overtime hours and having to go to The Rock? It don't make any sense. Why is a guy getting penalized for wanting to work? Please enlighten us. That would be thanks from Walter Lewis, District Chief, Fire Department, City of Orlando.
Well, first of all, they didn't really send you to The Rock. That's really the only thing that rhymed when I was putting the Chief Steve song together. Sorry. I'll send you to The Rock lined with white socks. So that's fine. It depends. When I worked in the division, I saw it more. When you were getting out, guys would be total disgusting slobs with the overtime. Now, you can only pension so much of your overtime. They cap you, right, Roofy? But guys would get totally out of control and try to work every single hour, which is, you can only put whatever it is into your pension, into your bottom line. And after that, guys would just fucking.
Well, that's per year, right? So you can only add whatever it was, 20% a year, and keep jumping up year after year. But I would always tell the chief, most of the time in the summer, it's always tough to get guys. Guys go on vacation, guys, So there were some guys who worked side jobs, and there were some guys who didn't. And the guys who didn't were most of the time available to work in the firehouse. And if that was their side job, was working extra time, they were still working, right? They still had to show up. So, I say, if they wanted to work, let them work. I understand if they were getting too far ahead of the other guys, but there are always guys who don't want to work because they have a side job. And there's always guys who want to work because they don't either want to get away from their wife or they want to just come, because they need the money. Yeah. So
why would they want to do that?
But what was the other thing I was just going to say?
They don't pension the new guys.
Right. So now you might not have that issue now because back then that the overtime you made was put into your pension. So that's why guys, when they were getting out, they would try to work a lot of overtime or get a good year because up to 20%, because that would be going to their pension. Right. Now, most of the guys getting on the job, that money doesn't go into their pension. Overtime doesn't go into their pension. Their pension is set at a base salary. So that might not be such an issue now. But again, I could be talking out of my ass. I have no, I think that's how
possible, it is. Yeah. And you know what it is, though, with the overtime, like guys who never would work, they kind of fucked it for the other guys because their hours were so low, and the guys who wanted to work would get redlined.
Right, they would keep the average low.
Yeah, and it would keep the average low, so those guys who relied on the overtime couldn't work it. So you have to bust the guys who never worked. I always tried to get redline, and then I'd work all my side stuff. You try to do a balance of both. That way you keep the average high. That way guys who depend on it can still work it, and you still do your side gig, man.
Yeah.
You know why?
Because that's what men do. So I know a bunch of my buddies are also, NYPD, and the way it works for them too is that they'll be asked to take some of their OT in paid vacation days. Does that work like that for the FDNY as well? No, because when they go over budget, the different precincts will get all crazy about it, and then they'll ask you to try to work with them a little and take some of their days time and days. So
no.
All right.
Nope. Negative.
All right. Okay. Another one from the email. We're cruising tonight, guys. This is gonna be a short one.
Yeah. We're gonna have to do a 5 minutes of fury at the end of this one because some of them, I want to see Mike Kelly. He's full of. Somebody put a fucking cork up his ass. Stop tonight. He's going.
All right, here we go. Question 6. Hey, bros. I have a question for all three of you for the next Q&A episode. Pete, what did you think of firefighters before Getting Salty, and how has your view changed now being around the fire service? And then Kevin and Lou, what are your thoughts and feelings on how firefighters are portrayed to the public now that there are so many firefighting TV shows, etc.? Thanks for everything and keep up the great work, from Daniel W. You guys want to go first or should I?
You can go first. Go ahead, kid.
Well, I keep it simple. I had a very simple point of view with all the first responders here in New York, and it's a post 9/11 view. I'll never forget what it was like to see a fire truck blaze past you post 9/11 with the huge flag hanging off of it. It was one of the greatest feelings, indescribable in such a rough time. And I always thought, the FDNY are great. My line to everyone was always, these are the guys that are running into the buildings that are on fire while everyone else is running out of them. That's what I would always say to people. So I was like, how do you not love that? All right. But now, after being in this community, not as a firefighter, of course, or anything like that, but just understanding it a lot better because of my friends, Kevin, Lou here, and then all of you guys as well. It went from like having this amazing look at these guys to an even more like respect and understanding and a greater level of admiration for what the fire community is. You know, I never even thought about being a firefighter my whole youth. I was, you know, I like guns, so I was thinking something along those lines, and then life took a turn for me. But if I could go back now, I mean, I think firefighting would be something I would consider. You know, it's incredible community, unbelievable people, and yeah, that's what I think. Yeah.
What do I think about the TV shows? I think they all really suck. I mean, none of them are close. We talked about this before. The only one that was anything close to it was Rescue Me, and that was really just the firehouse life that they were close to. You know, the fire scenes were nonsense. So that's why this thing is the closest thing to the firehouse you're ever going to get. This TV show, bro, and we start bringing it on the road, and who knows, maybe down the road we'll do some fire shit too. We'll start figuring out how to get some fire. You know, we'll have Petey with a fucking camera doing something. Who the hell knows? Yeah,
I'm ready, man. Put me out there.
Doing something. This will be the closest thing you get to the fire service right here. All those other shows blow. Wait till we get onto the road into the real firehouses, bro, and we start bringing that shit. Oh, it's gonna be funny as hell.
I don't watch any of those TV shows. Nothing. I don't even think about it. Not one second.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's it.
He's a man of many words, Ruffy. Next question.
Well, I mean, listen, I'll tell you flat out why it's
pointless.
It's not real because you know, you can't. How do you recreate pitch black smoke? It just doesn't work. Doesn't work for camera. So what you have there is what we in the TV biz call suspension of disbelief, right? You have to suspend your disbelief for the time you're watching, let's say, Rescue Me, which is probably, I think, the best firefighting show that was out there, in my humble opinion. But
just in firefighter life, it was close. But like we said, Rescue Me, you had, you know, maybe one guy's got a gambler, one firehouse got a gambler, one guy's got a womanizer. This firehouse had everything. You had the womanizer, the gambler, the alcoholic, the guy who's on dope, all in one kitchen table, you know. So, Pete, somebody had a question back there. I don't know what it was, if you can see that back there.
Is that a tattoo under Pete's arm or hair? Looks like he got the buckwheat in the head.
Oh, not that. There was another one. There was another one that said, ask Kevin Lewis.
Oh, yeah, Kevin. The most memorable detail was within SOC that wasn't a normal SOC unit.
What?
What was your boy's most memorable detail? What was their most memorable detail with? Wow, that was you guys. Hold on, read this. Pete asked Kevin and Lou what their most memorable detail that was within SOC that wasn't a normal SOC
unit.
That's weird.
You can't have a SOC. You can't be in a SOC detail in SOC if you're not going to a SOC unit.
Well, no, they did one time. If they would do it if we had too many guys in SOC, they would send us out of the system. If that's what he means, I don't know exactly what.
Well, let me ask the question. What is your most memorable non-SOC detail? That's a better question to ask, really.
One was when I was in SOC for a while. There was a detail back to 210, my first firehouse I was ever in, so that was pretty cool. I got to take that detail. What's that?
Why?
Just for nostalgia reason. I don't know. It was my first firehouse that I worked in at a probie school, so that was cool. And the other one was I had a detail up into the Bronx. I'll never forget it. I never saw a upstairs room like that. I don't know where it was. I can't figure. It was a truck company somewhere. But instead of wallpaper, they used porn magazines to cover the entire top floor in porn, allegedly, in porn magazine pictures. I've never seen a more perfect mural. It wasn't even a mural. It was every single wall on the top floor was covered with. We couldn't get away with that today, but it was unbelievable. Loved it. That's why it was memorable. What about you, Ruffy?
I mean, it's tough to figure out all the. I mean, how many details you went on all the time? It's the one that really sticks out. I'd have to think about whether it was a fire that I went to, or I'd have to think about it. I can't think about that right now in 2 seconds.
Oh, I got another one. Remember we talked about this one time? The day that they in Brooklyn, in the Jewish area, where they burn all the shit on the corner. There's a day, Pete, in it's close to Easter.
When they put the
they burn the bread.
It's supposed to be bread. It's supposed to be they burn the bread on the corner. But I got a detail, and as I was walking in, the guy was chuckling as he was walking out. I was relieving him. I go, "What's so funny?" He goes, "No, you'll find out." I'm like, "All right." Dude, I swear to God, we must have 50 runs in a day tour because they just set everything on fire on every freaking corner. So it's supposed to be where they burn bread, but now they're burning like chairs and they're burning whatever they can find. Put them on the corner.
Oh my God!
I'll tell you. You know what? Now that I think
Sukkah.
about it,
Oh, Mike Kelly knows it's sukkah.
Sukkah. That's it.
One
Sukkah.
of the funniest things.
Mike Kelly knows all about sukkah.
Sukkah.
Sukkah this, Mike.
Sheetrock.
One of the funniest details I went on. I was at the time I was in 103. I got detailed to 170, I think, or maybe 257, right down the road. And this could have allegedly happened too. They opened the apparatus door like, I don't know, like 2 inches, 3 inches, and they had a wrap, you know, like a really looked like a firecracker, like an M80 or actually a Blockbuster, but it had a dollar bill on it, right? And it looked like a wad of money. And they tied it to a fishing line, and the guy had it with a broomstick, right? So, and they get a ton of traffic there. I think they have the subway there. The bus gets off right there. So the guy would flip it out underneath, and all the guys would look through the windows like we're kind of blacked out, but you could still see out. And he would hold the stick like this, and you would just watch people like they're just walking, they're talking. All of a sudden, they look down, and they're like, you know, sometimes they look at the other piece of the person to see if they saw it, and they would dive for it, and the guy would yank it, and they would just as they were about to grab it, and they would be like, you know, one guy knocked on the door. He said, "Yeah, my money the wind blew my money under." He didn't even realize that it was a fishing line that the guy pulled under that, but it was. I mean, we did that for an hour. You know, some guys ran into the door.
That didn't get old, right?
Never got old. The 2 little old ladies walking next to each other. One old lady was like nudging the other one to get to it because it was on the other side of her. You know, funny stuff.
I got one more that I remember. So this is just, I get deep. I'm not going to say where it was. It was a slow truck somewhere. I was squad at the time, and I get detailed. And I got the OV, so I go there. I relieve the guy. I see he's putting his stuff away. Now I'm checking my equipment. And I notice I go to key the radio, don't work. I change the battery, it still don't work. I go, "Hey, bro, there's something wrong with this radio." He goes, "Yeah, I know, man. I had that one the other day. It wasn't working." It wasn't working the other day. Man, I don't maybe want to change it.
Holy mackerel!
Holy shit!
Goodness
What
gracious!
the fuck is that?
You can't even make that up, bro.
Oh my God!
Here's one from the chat, you guys. From West 73 Williams, he's asking, "Pete, I'd be interested to know from the guys, what is a first, second, or third grade firefighter?" Maybe he meant fire. Great show, love it. Keep up the good work.
Good,
Yeah, so it's 1st to 6th grade. So when you get on the job, you're 6th grade, and when you're
probie.
Yeah, when you're a probie, and then when you're after top pay, you're a 1st grade firefighter.
Right.
That's when you're making the big scuttles.
Oh, the big money.
Tyson, that would never happen in 103, boo.
What was the question? Oh, he said that was 103.
Yeah.
Oh, look at Tyson to it. Look, I told you, they're full of piss and vinegar. We might have 5 minutes of fury tonight.
I don't know. I don't know if they got it in them.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, they petered out with that.
Petered.
Hey,
Petered.
Tony Fuckroop.
He said Petered.
Hey, Tony Fuckroop's in the chat. What's up, Tony? All right, so we got 2 more from the chat. One from Rob. He's asking, question for roids, rucks, and pissy pants. What was the first trip to what was your first trip to a Vol house? What did you think?
First trip to a volley house?
Yeah.
I was like, wow, these guys got a nice bar in here, bro. It was a beautiful bar right in the TV room. I was like, wow, that'd be fucking awesome if we could do that at work. But
yeah, I probably had the same. I mean, I've never worked in a volunteer place, but they were always nicer than our firehouse. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, you got to go to one of their installation dinners. Did you ever go to one of those? Holy crap. You think you were going to the some royalties wedding or something, you know?
They know how to do it.
Sure they do. They know how to use your money.
Those some of my bitches.
Yeah. I got to check that out because I heard Long Beach Fire Department's getting some extra cash right now. So it might be hiring. from Rich Anderson in the chat, Pete asked the boys if they could serve during any period of the FDNY. When would they serve? Warriors, horse-drawn era? Question mark.
Ooh, interesting.
Easy. 1977, baby.
Yup.
1977 Bushwick. I'm there. That's me.
Shit.
You and Patty Lee.
I would go to 124 truck. Busiest truck of all time by the numbers anyway. Or 112. Patty was getting it done in the war years.
I think I would early 70s somewhere. Either the South Bronx 31 truck somewheres or 103.
103. Oh man. It's got to be somebody else in the chat that he keeps on the 103 bandwagon tonight, bro.
No.
Another quick one from the chat, and then we'll go back to the email. From Dan Horton, how are the riding assignments on the rescues handled when it comes to technical rescue? Essentially, who does what?
Patty said I'm not tall enough to work in 124. Oh, come on. You'll never hear a short guy say, I can't reach that, bro. He'll find a way to get it. You know what I'm saying? But I can guarantee you'll hear a big guy say, oh, I can't fit in there. Never hear a short guy say, I can't reach it. What was the question?
How are the riding assignments on the rescues handled when it comes to a technical rescue? Essentially, who does what, from Dan Horton?
Well, they're different in the rescues. Every company is different. Like with the squad, if you had the can, you had the nozzle as an engine, you had the can as a truck, you were the entry on hazmat, or you were the guy, the dope on a rope entry on if we had a roof rope rescue, you would entry in a collapse, and it went accordingly. So every seating assignment had, depending on what you were that day, is what you were for everything that we had. Same thing, I think the cam man also was the CFRD guy, right? He's got his hands on the patient, right? And the chauffeur was always usually he was either at the cutting station or doing stuff in the background. And then it was set up that way.
Yeah, so the rescue has this. They have the same exact thing, whether it's a trench, whatever scenario it is. That's what you have, but they have divers, diver 1, diver 2, and then they have the backup guys. So it's the same thing. But you already know before you get there what position you're in for every scenario.
Right.
All right. There's a real good one in the chat, but we're going to come back to that one because I want to bang through these emails as well.
Go.
And wow, look at that. The time is getting away from us. Question 7. I am a retired DC from Portland, Maine, and really liked listening to you guys while at my retirement job. I retired after 31 years and wished I hadn't. But question, if you had not become firefighters, what would you have done? Thanks, and keep up the good work.
I told Pete, and I shocked him this one. I was actually in college studying to be a history high school teacher when the fire department called. So
and now that was shocking, but I got to tell you something even more shocking. Lou shot me a quick email. There was some footage of you trying it out as a TA. So hold on one second here.
Look at Ruffy with a little payback there.
Hold on there.
Popular version of what went on there. I know a lot of people like to believe that. I wish I could, but I was there. I wasn't here in a classroom hoping I was right, thinking about it. I was up to my knees in rice paddies with guns, and then we're going up against Charlie, slugging it out with him, while pussies like you were back here partying, putting headbands on, doing drugs, listening to the goddamn Beatle albums.
Hey, Professor, take it easy, will you? I mean, these...
I mean, no wonder you lost your job, bro.
Oh, dude, I was passed out. Oh, it's one of my favorite lines ever in the movie right there.
As soon as you told Pete, like when we were going through the questions quick, and you were like, yeah, she could be a history teacher. All I saw was Sam Kinnison's face yelling at that girl. I'm like, oh my God, we got to get that thing.
That was a quick one, right, Lou? I came up with that one fast.
Just went down there. Holy shit.
That was freaking.
So a history teacher. That's all. Why history? Seriously, because I love history. So was it just a passion of yours?
Yeah, big passionate American history.
That's
history
true.
Buff.
That's true. How about you, Louis?
Before I got on the job, I worked at the stock market. So either I would have been really, really rich, or I would have jumped out of a 50-story building, probably, or something like that. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? He was a stock guy. Yep.
Nice. All right.
Oh,
God. One quick one here from the chat. Well, actually, this is not going to be a quick one. This is a good one. Pete, ask Lou and Kev if they could pick 6 guys, 5 guys and an officer from the history of SOC for one tour. Which 6 would it be?
Oh man, am I working with them or they're just on the rig?
I mean,
that's tough.
Dream team. Put together a dream team. That's a really
quick,
horribly
really
tough
quick?
question.
Yeah, I'm gonna write one down really quick.
He's going to have the same names I'm going to have.
He is. I am.
I know who my boss is going to be.
I'm not. Any one of these guys could be the boss. I don't really care.
No, you got to pick a boss.
No. I gotta pick how many more? 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on, you're distracting me now.
Well, I think this is a great question, but it's almost unfair because
we
have so many great guys, man. So many great guys. I mean,
you go first. Get it, Ruffy. Big fan.
All right, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need one more. I got. All right, so Chief Downey would be the boss.
That's who I have too. So
I would have the Vig.
Oh, we're almost alike.
Kleehouse.
Oh, me too.
Quickie.
Nope.
Glenn Harris.
Nope.
And I need one more. I'm gonna go with Captain Murphy. Dennis Murphy.
I'm close. I got Downey, Murphy, Kleehouse, Henry Mollet, the Vig, and Pritchard.
Oh, Pritchard is a good one. Oh, Henry Mollet. Oh, Ray Sealy.
Oh man, God. Murphy, you're making me laugh this one, man. Come on. Going down.
Some of them bitches. All right, that was a good one. All right.
Not Mike Kelly, I can tell you that much.
Oh, now I know who Mike Kelly is. I'm not saying anything.
Don't say nothing.
Hey, Pete, can you ask the guys what their thoughts are with having gear constantly being dry cleaned and deconned?
We talked about this already. The only time it's good is in the summer when your gear can walk to the rig by itself when it stinks really bad, bro. Other than that, I mean, it does stink. In the summer when you're going after run, and it's 90-something degrees, I can't tell you how bad it smells. So at that time, you don't mind. But in the winter, like I used to send my clean gear out in the winter. I give them the same one that was hanging allegedly that was hanging that I just got back from the dry cleaner or wherever it was. I would send them the same one back in the plastic still.
I always had. I mean, my stuff had to look dirty, man. I was trying to be as salty as I could be. But
clean is the new salty, Mike Kelly. Yeah, look, he's like fucking Confucius today too. I don't know what his guy is, bro. Right. Or when I would shit myself, I would have to. For those of you who caught early episodes, and I went over all my shit stories. If I shit myself, it would definitely have to go out. Can't get rid of that steak. Yep.
Yeah. Right. I'm hip.
2 more from the email. All right. What was your favorite firehouse meal? And what was it like celebrating holidays at the firehouse from Ryan Menner?
Celebrating holidays was fun until you had kids, and then it sucked. It depends. But still, if you came in if you came in half of the holiday, like Thanksgiving, it was cool. Because it's like family too. So it's the same shit. Everybody's cooking. It's a big meal. Usually the commissary picks up the meal, and it's a Frio. It's a Frio, and it's pretty extravagant. But like I said, until you have kids and you're at the firehouse and your kids are opening their presents, which sucks.
Oof.
One of my favorite meals was Ruffy's pasta with the seafood in it.
I would say that was. I think we talked about that too. I would say the guys were always. If you were single, you almost always work. If guys had kids, there was no question that you stepped up to work Christmas Eve or Christmas Day for somebody who had kids, and then vice versa. As you had more, had you had a family and you had kids, guys would work for you that were single. But let's say there was a time where everybody had kids. For the most part, guys would. If you were home on Christmas Eve, you would open up the presents early in the morning. You would get the kids up early before 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. And then you would come in, relieve the guy so he could go home to his kids and he would open up a little bit later. Right. So the guys always, they do the right thing, man.
Yeah.
I have to
when
say,
you were single, you didn't give a shit. It was fun.
Yeah, you didn't care.
Yeah, you'd work Christmas.
But as far as working in the firehouse, I loved New Year's Eve was a good time. If you weren't going to be home with your family or with, to being in the firehouse was the next best thing.
Nice. One from the chat. Hey Pete, what kind of music did Kevin, Lou, and you listen to growing up in your teens and 20s?
Oh shit!
This is a little off.
It was disco. My brother used to go out clubbing. Chief Steve used to go out club. I gotta find a.
No, he did not.
I gotta find a picture of Chief Steve with the marshmallow shoes and the bell bottom shirt and the Huckapoo shirt. I'm gonna find. I'm on a mission now. I'm on a mission. I'm gonna find that.
Yeah, Denny Terrio, exactly.
Yep, and the Rug. Believe it or not, Richie the Rug used to win hustle contests all the time, man.
Do the hustle.
Yeah.
Stop it.
In the 70s, that was you were either a rockhead or when I used to listen to Led Zeppelin when I was 12 years old because everybody on my block listened to Led Zeppelin. And then after that, I said I got.
Yeah.
So I'm listening to disco.
Nice.
Now I listen to 70s.
Jesse's Girl. Who was that? Rick Springfield. That was Rick Springfield, right? I remember.
There you go.
I wish I had Jesse's Girl.
I was a little bit of a skateboarder, snowboarder type, so I was all over the place, but mainly hip hop and metal. I grew up on those two: punk rock, hip hop, metal. And I was a DJ. Little known fact, I played for thousands of people. I was a hip hop DJ for a long time, and it was good in the LES. I was a white guy who played black music to black people, so that was interesting. Yeah, you want to talk about people yelling at you? That was fun. Yeah,
they can't say that now.
No.
Well, whatever. I did a good job, so that's why I stayed playing.
Barry Manilow. Oh my God.
I love Barry Manilow now. Are you kidding me?
Here we go. Here's a quick one. What is the significance of the black stripe on some of the FDNY apparatus?
That's if somebody passes away.
Right.
Like talk about now?
I mean, that's what some question from the chat.
That's usually like a line of duty to have the stripe going through the. If that's what he's talking about.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Someone asked if my name was Mix Master Bates.
I told you, bro.
Who did that?
That was Brotherhood Leatherworks.
Oh my God, that's freaking awesome.
We gotta let him loose tonight, bro.
I don't think that. Yeah, I don't think
just a couple of good ones that aren't. Yeah, exactly. Let's see. All right, last question from the emails. Evening, guys. Loving the show. After months of following the show, we've heard about the variety of work and challenges different rescue companies face in the different boroughs. Rescue 1's high-rise and technical work, and 2's fire duty primarily, but you hardly ever hear about Rescue 5. With Staten Island being slower compared to other boroughs, are there any particular challenges that 5 faces that maybe the others don't? Keep up the good work, guys, from Coleman Leventhal.
Yeah,
so go ahead, Coop. I mean, I think that...
Well, they do a lot of extrication right there because they're right on the highway there. So they get into a lot of extrication, too. They're right as soon as you come over the bridge. And they have a good amount of water around them, so they do a lot of water rescue. And what else? There was no squad. in Staten Island, so it would be what? Who would go across? The squad 1 would go across?
Yeah, but only on the second alarm.
Right.
So
So
they
now
were by
that they have
themselves.
squad 8 there, so they were by themselves for a while. So that's a little bit different about.
Plus, everything was really spread out there, so a lot of stuff is delayed.
Yeah.
So
A lot of road driving.
Yeah, they got a long way to drive, so that could be an issue sometimes. And
Now, Ray. Now, Ray.
What'd Ray say?
Greater risk of bed sores too.
Oh, come on now.
Come on now. Stop it. Be nice.
They do some work over there. When they go to work, they usually have good work there.
Yeah.
So
And then you know what it is? They stole some boxes from Rescue too. So they come across the bridge and go into some areas of Brooklyn.
And it was keeping Galleon up at night, so they were happy with that.
Yeah.
All right. One quick one from the chat. Hey, Pete, what is the significance? Not that I know. I'm asking you guys. What is the significance of the 5555 when there is a death? Is this just done in the FDNY or U.S. wide?
Well, I don't know if it's done.
Well, I think it is because PIP does the thing for
PIP does
555 fitness. So it's just the signal 5, which is a line of duty.
Yeah, so that was just from years ago. That's what they, when you heard those 4 5s.
I'll bet you Chief Kleehouse knows where it came from. Let's just wait a couple of seconds and we'll see.
Yeah, Mike Kelly said the same thing. Yeah, ask Mr. Kleehouse.
Yeah, it was just that when they used to use bells. That's what they did.
Now Joe Schneiderman, who is a serious buff, says it was the radio bell signals.
Yeah, so that's what we're saying.
There you go. What do you got? What do you got?
Well, nothing really. That's it, man.
That's it.
Yeah, I think these guys in the chat.
Mike said that's a mourning band. That's when you're in mourning. So that's what I'm saying. Like it's usually used on the rig or on the patch. You see it on social media. The black line is for when there's a line of duty death.
Everybody's asking who Mike Kelly is. Nobody who knows who Mike Kelly is.
Come on, are you kidding me?
It's out there. It's good dancer, Mike Kelly. Great dancer, Mike Kelly.
Seely's saying that R5 does a lot of water rescue work, serious dive training. So
I told you that. I said that. Come on.
Yep.
Who the hell cares what Ray thinks anyway?
What the hell?
Wait. What is John Albanese? What is John Albanese saying here? Hey, Pete, I completely understand you're not asking my question. My question sucked. The subject sucked, and it was the toughest day in FDNY's history. Thanks anyway. Okay, passive aggressive, John. I didn't see your question. That's why I'm not asking. This chat moves fast, bro. Easy. Ask me again, and I'll make sure it gets out there, bro. Come on. We can make up.
Ask it. I dare you. Go ahead.
Come on, John Albanese. Ask the question. It's 8:53. We're about to check it out.
Yeah,
we're about to do the 5 minutes of fury. Do it.
Are we?
Yeah, let's do it. It's funny tonight.
All right, here we go. Stand by.
Wait a minute. Let's see. Wait, Mike Kelly, personal question. Lou and Kev, what do you do? What do you do on 9/11?
Oh, we go to 288. We'll go there. We're actually going to bring Petey this year.
Yep.
So
coming on Friday.
I can't wait. I've been wanting to do something on 9/11 for a while, and I just, I've never been involved in this community, so I'm going to be honored to be there.
This is your first year retired. You going in your Class A's, fella?
I'm not sure. What do you do? You don't go in Class A's, right?
I usually don't, but if you were going to go this time,
I'll go in Class A. I was going to go in Class A's probably.
Yeah. All right.
Danny. How about a fresco?
Are you my friend, Ronzoni? You got another one? What do you got?
Chief Kleehouse says it was always done that way.
That's all he knows.
That's all he knows.
If he knows, that's all he knows. That's all I know.
Yeah, he's my irons guy anyway. So.
All right, 5 minutes of fury since no one's asking
coming.
anything, and I've been looking for Mr. Passive Aggressive's question, and it was just I can't. It's coming in broken and.
Patty Lee's going to be there on Friday. Good. Maybe we'll go for a few afterwards. Allegedly, Patrick Lee.
Hold on, Pete. It was if any of the brothers banged in sick right after 9/11 because of their wives or whatever. Okay, I guess that's what John Albanese is saying. I don't think so. No.
I don't even know what the fuck that means.
Meaning,
what?
Was everyone freaked? I'm assuming John
I mean, did
Albanese
they tap
is
out after 9/11?
Yeah, because of their wives getting all freaked out and stuff like that.
How the hell
you see
know
guys
that? I have no idea.
tapping out. All right.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. That's what men don't do.
That's right.
I can tell you that much.
All right. Where are we, Kev? What do we want to do now?
I say we
These
go
guys
for
are
the
fresh
5
out.
minutes of fury. They're all full of piss and vinegar. In that. Let's give it to them.
All right. Here we go.
Let's see. What are we putting
5
up on the
minutes of
blocks?
fury.
Tonight? What are we going to give them for free?
I'll send them something.
Yeah? All
Let's
right.
go.
Make sure you keep count of who's the winner tonight.
Okay.
Bring
I'm
it
looking.
on. Let's go.
I'm looking. Let's go.
What was more unstable at the remote podcast? Kev's drunk quivering.
Bottom lip. The angry vein in Lou's head. All right, Gabe Fox.
Right off the bat. Was good.
Nice. Let's give him a gold star.
The bottom lip was definitely more unstable.
Come on, Dan Horton. That was used already. Bronx Ben drags on the sidewalk. Don't recycle.
No regurgitation allowed.
No regurgitation.
Boring. Is it just me or does Lou look like a John Travolta in Ladder 49? Kevin only took roids so that he could attempt to get bigger and shop in the adult clothing section. Not bad. He's all right.
Dribble cups for double K.
That's from Milner. We got to send him something.
What is it? I missed it. Where is it?
Dribble cups for double K is what Milner just said.
All right, he's in the lead. Miller's in the lead.
Were Kev's bunker pants really just jorts, like jean shorts? This is why we did away with the 5 minutes of fury, guys. Kevin is one more bender away from being the real Tommy Gavin.
There's coffee in here. I'm on the wagon, bitches.
I'm on the wagon.
Kev may hate when his gear gets dry cleaned.
Listen, Pete, this smoking pot.
Kev may hate when his gear gets dry cleaned, but his wife calls it a payday.
Tyson, there you go. He might be in the lead.
I mean, that was a good one.
We got to vote on it.
So that's the payday, and then Milner with the dribble, and then what was the other one? God,
we had the plane already. Come on, we had that one already. Mommy is watching. That's right, Mike Kelly. No, she's away. She's not watching this one, so I could have been drinking all I wanted.
I wonder what's bigger: Lou's forehead, Kev's arms, or Pete's old lady's box. I wish I had the sound effects. I'm going to start running them.
Patty Lee says we'll get a few beers Friday as long as there's still buildings standing in your area.
That might be it, bro.
Listen, they saved the building at least. I don't know.
Kev never needed a mask, even when he stands on his tippy toes. The smoke never gets low enough for him to breathe. Kev, does your wife wash clothes in the same pot that she cooks in? That's all right. I don't know. I'm going to mark it down as a thing.
Is Louis having White Claw so he doesn't get a yeast infection?
So see what happened. I said Ray wouldn't be on my rig, and now he's attacking me. That's like three.
Still got it, Ray.
Pete, you have a dick for in your hair. What's a dick for? All right. Does Lieutenant Pixie Pants
Sukkah because his wife Sukkah? Oh, come on, bro. Listen, let's keep a certain decorum too. It's my wife talking about.
Kev always had to use a ladder, one bigger than needed.
I think you guys are funny. Kev use a ladder, one bigger than. What's smaller, Kev's baby Gap clothes or his tolerance of wine coolers? All right. My daughter needs a new booster.
You have 30 seconds left on this 5 minutes.
Oh, it's going downhill now, bro. You see when you give him too much time? It goes downhill,
maybe
bro.
3 minutes. Maybe it's going to be 3 minutes.
Yeah, I think next time. Lou doesn't have a forehead. It's a forever head, says Fireman Me. Leave the wives out of it, 21 Truck Tillerman. Thank you.
Rebuilt the wagon so many times.
All right. We're calling it now. It's over. It wasn't that bad. They kind of came through tonight. So we had Tyson Moser with the thing about what did he say? He said something. I think listen, For me, it's Milner.
Loose
with the
vein,
dribble
my
cup.
quivering. Loose vein,
Yeah.
my quivering lip, and
That
something.
was pretty funny.
I like the
was good,
dribble
too.
cup. I think Milner wins personally. That's my vote.
You know what? I thought what was it? Dribble cup for double K? What did he say exactly?
Yeah, dribble cups for double K.
Love it.
All right, we'll send Milner something.
Milner,
Mikey
you win,
Milner
bro.
wins.
Mikey
Send him a
Mills,
comb.
I love you.
We gotta have Milner back on. I'm gonna send him a Getting Salty comb too to comb his hair.
Getting salty firecracker.
Yeah, buddy. All right, guys. So you know what time is it? Shout out to anyone? Kev? Any new stuff coming out?
No, man, I can't wait to do the. We're gonna narrow it down. We're gonna get on the road and take this shit on the road. That'll be funny. Maybe we'll run into some real funny firemen. I don't know. We'll see.
Oh,
So I got Mr. Pressler is coming on. I also I'm going to talk to Patty Lee on Friday, see when he's available. We'll try and get him on. I have a bunch of guys lined up after that. So we're not going to be doing anything this Thursday, right, Petey? You're going to
that's right.
We're going to upload a video on this Thursday for, I guess, out of respect for the fact that it's 9/11 on Friday, you know?
Yep. So make you bitches miss us a little bit too. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes you don't feel like it's tough to laugh and bullshit around when it's the next day.
Yeah, no. Well, we're going to tap out of that. And hey, question for you boys. Does anyone know if Interschultz is happening?
It's not.
All right.
Pushed to next year. Everything pushed to next year.
Okay.
What else you got? That it, Ruffy?
That's it, brother.
All right. Mike Kelly, thanks for joining the show. We really appreciate it. Thanks for being a guest.
I'll call you tomorrow, Mr. Kelly.
We'll call you tomorrow, Mr. Kelly.
Mike Kelly.
Pete, take us out, bro. Until, like we said again, next Monday, no question and answer. We're having the Inventor's Corner. So that'll be a little debut. And
we'll have a guest on Thursday. I just got to see who's going to be available.
The following Thursday, not this one.
Yes, correct. Not this Thursday.
And it might be a call to the bullpen with Mikey Einstein Miller. So we'll get him on there.
We got to get Mikey Milner on. Come on. It's been too long.
All right, fellas. Take it out,
well, if you guys are listening to us on Spotify or wherever fine audio podcasts can be found, you could also be checking in at youtube.com, Gettin Salty Experience, where we need you guys to do a couple of things for us. Take your little stinky digits out and hit the like, subscribe, and share button.
Will you like us?
Will you like us? Will you share us? Will you subscribe? And I'm telling you guys, that is the biggest way to grow the show for us and to get us out on the road to bring you more content. You want 3 shows a week, perhaps one day? Danny, are you our friend? And like, subscribe, and share. And also, guys, head on over to Instagram on one of these smartphones the kids are using and check out at Salty Dog Inc., where you will find the saltiest fire photos curated by Mr. Ruffy Raffrano up there. Really awesome page. I enjoy it. And also, you get all the last minute info on the show on the Instagram account in our stories. Last but not least, gettinsaltyapparel.com, guys. You know that if you support the show and you buy t-shirts and all the wonderful things we sell there, it helps us grow the show. So t-shirts like mine, the Fuchs inspired saddle up t-shirt, hats like Ruffy's, and your drinking glasses, shot glasses, pint glasses, thermoses, all the wonderful things that you're going to possibly need. Bunker gear, toiletry bags, all that stuff. Also, if you have a question for the show, email us at gettinsaltyexperience@gmail.com, where we will try to use your question in the show. And then, of course, if you do, you win a little prize. And last but not least, if you want to email me something specific for me, you can email me, and I may or may not look at it. I don't know. At gettinsaltypete@gmail.com. So, yeah, that's it.
Cool. I got everybody. 2 more things. Let's start thinking about next year is the 20th anniversary, correct?
It is.
Let's think about getting a huge turnout, maybe at the squad. Some of you jerk-offs flying in. We can meet you in person. Have something. I got a really big turnout for the brothers at the squad, man. That would be great. we have a year to plan that. So, and the other thing is, Ruffy's going to get the duct tape. I got the chloroform. We may have Chief Kleehouse on the show soon. So, we'll go grab him. He's bringing the Burlap bag.
Yeah.
I still don't think we could take him.
Van with blacked out windows.
All right, folks. Man. We'll see you. Stay low and go.
All right, boys. We'll see you at the big one. We'll catch you next Monday.
Later, guys.